Hi there, this is Seth Ellsworth from SiteRehab.com, and I've got a special little video for you today that was brought on by a client of mine who asked me a really good question. It's always important for me to prove an ROI in everything that I do online and everything that I help my clients do and everything that I do for my clients. And I had a question asked me today that was extremely important. I teach local businesses and small businesses of all kinds to give away PDF reports in exchange for some information that allow you to market to people, to create leads, and to sell your product or services efficiently. And I teach all how to do that, but somehow I had let my client try and figure out how to do his linking structure all by himself. I didn't realize I'd done that, so he asked me about it. And so in response to him, I'm making this video so that I both answer his question and hopefully add a little bit of value for you if you market online in any way. So here's the issue. Now that you've been staring at a blank piece of paper, is how do I track links from PDFs to my fancy pants website? Fantastic question. Of course it's a fancy pants website because your website is making you money, right? Okay. Now, here's the issue. PDFs are an interesting beast because once somebody downloads a PDF, it's on their computer and you can't change the links. So the links are kind of permanent. So you run into an issue in giving out PDFs as far as tracking goes. And there's also the issue of not being able to put specific parameters in those links. Yeah, you can put parameters, but they're not tied to the actual visitor, so you typically cannot track how well that visitor does on your website, other than looking at the raw click-through data, and you can maybe track the source of the click. So you've really been limited in the past. And so that's been a huge problem in figuring out and testing different things that you're doing in your PDFs. And I've got an awesome solution for you, and I think you really like this. So here we have our PDF. It's filled with awesome content that gets people just really excited about you and your product, and it sells your product or service without even selling it, because I'll show you how to do that. And in there you have a link, and this link, it can be a button, it can be a text link, it can be an anchor text link. However, it doesn't matter whatever format your link is. So the idea would be, how in the world do I track this over to my money website? This is your money page, also known as your website. So we've got your money link going to your money page, and you want to be able to track those, right? Raw data, raw click-through data is just not enough. It's not enough to know I've gotten 550 clicks from my PDF. Well, great, that's traffic to your website. But is that traffic really doing you any good? That's how you know how well your PDF is doing in the marketplace. Technology nowadays is awesome. We have something called URL shorteners, which a year and a half, 2 years ago, we didn't have these. And this was brought on because Twitter took the world by storm, and they created a circumstance where people needed to stuff as much data as they could into 140 characters. So if you had these drawn out links that you were giving out, it just didn't do any good. It took up too much space. You can't fill 140 characters with 70 characters of nasty looking links. So they created these URL shorteners. And some of these popular ones are Bitly, which is extremely funded and really healthy. You've got Bud URL. You've got Tiny URL, which was one of the first ones. And you've got Owly and a bunch of others. And most YouTubes and Googles and all these guys, major websites, ESPN, they all have their own shortening services. These are really good because it allows you to shorten your links, and usually it gives you the raw click-through data. So if I make a shortened link here, it'll tell me I've gotten 550 clicks. And well, great. And if I've got an analytics package over here on my website, I can usually tell that that visitor was coming from my PDF. But I can't usually track that visitor all the way to the sale. It's difficult to do that without some major coding shenanigans. It can be done. There's a simpler way to do it, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So this link here points to a service that I use called, I'm going to try to use really good handwriting here so you can see this, linkshifter.com. Now, this is a shortening service. It's a paid service. It costs $15 a month. They might have a free version. I'm not sure if they do. But it's $15 a month. I've got hundreds of links tracked through these guys. And there's a particular reason why I do that, because they're the only people that allow me to do this as far as I know. This link right here in your PDF, this little guy right here, once somebody downloads that PDF, that link is permanent. You cannot change that. It used to be that if I made this link, I had to stick with wherever it was pointing to. So let's say one day I wanted that link to point to my home page. Well, great. Well, what if I wanted to actually test a separate page or have it pointed to somewhere else on my website? You can't do that. But in a link shifter you can, because you can shift your link, thus the name Link Shifter. It allows me to not only change the destination URL, but I can split test different destination URLs to see which one works. That is powerful. So I put the link in here one time, and I can split test lots of different pages, and it works like a charm for that. But don't stop there. That only gives you raw click-through data and maybe a little bit of geographic data and a couple of basic things like that. The time, how many clicks you've gotten, at what point during the day, and referral sites, that kind of basic stuff. That's not good enough. We can do a lot better than that. So I will take this link shifter link, which looks like this, lin.sh / and you can decide whatever you want to put after that. I'll just put link. That's what your link will look like. So that is what you will put in here in the PDF. Your PDF will be filled with that link. And that link will point to another service called Clicky.me. And this service is owned by the good boys over at GetClicky.com, which is an analytics package for your website. I use GetClicky for my analytics. I do not use Google Analytics ever anymore, because there's so many better things, and there's lots of other reasons why I don't use Google Analytics that I'm not going to get into. But GetClicky is just better. It's faster. It's real time. You can do all kinds of things that you cannot do in Google Analytics, and it's super easy for people to learn. Google Analytics is not. It's tricky. So GetClicky, much better. GetClicky is also free. And Clicky.me is free as well. GetClicky has a paid service, and so does Clicky.me. But you can do what I'm going to show you without paying anything. So I'll take this link shifter link, I'll put it in Clicky.me, and Clicky.me is the link that you change out. If you want to change out certain things, you can change that out all day. But I'll take this link and have it go through Clicky.me, and then that will point to your website. Alright? So you can set up a Clicky.me link that points to your home page, or you can set up another one that points to a separate page, and you can dump all of those through the same link shifter link. Okay? Now, the difference in using Clicky.me is that it connects directly with your GetClicky tracking analytics package. What this allows you to do is, let's say that we've got Joe over here who clicks on a link in your PDF, and he really likes you. And he clicks on that link, So Link Shifter tells me that he clicked on your link. And then he goes through Clicky.me, and Clicky.me tags Joe, and he follows Joe all the way through my website. So if he goes to page 1, he'll follow him there. If he goes to page 2, he'll follow him there. If he goes to page 3, if he goes to the order page and he buys from me, he'll follow him there. And even if he goes to the product download page, follows him there too. All the way through. And so let's say that Nancy over here, she read your PDF and she wasn't as sold as Joe was. And she still clicks on the link because she's curious. So we track her and she ends up going to your money page and she clicks out of your money page because she just didn't like it. Right? You know that data instantly in doing it this way. This is the only way that I know of that you can actually track the visitors all the way through your website from the time they click on the PDF and watch them real time, spying on them on your website. It's brilliant. It's completely brilliant, and it's almost free. This is the kind of data that just makes you happy sometimes. And why is this important? I'm always looking to get an ROI for my efforts, and especially for my clients as well. And it's really easy to see what efforts you're making in your PDF that get you an ROI. So every time you run out a new PDF or you make some major changes, you can dump out a new Link Shifter link and track that all the way through your website and compare that to data from your previous PDFs and see your incremental improvement. It's awesome stuff. And so this is how I track my links in PDFs, and now my clients will be doing it this way. And I guarantee you, your efforts will be well worth it. It takes an extra 2 minutes to do this, but it shows you all kinds of data to be able to prove ROI. Extremely important. Hope this was useful for you. If it was, check out siterehab.com. We got a lot more where that came from. And this is Seth Ellsworth. And remember, I'm the guy that makes the phone ring.